Today I am announcing that I am officially coming out with my shoe.
ESPN just dropped a bombshell about Angel Reese's new Reebok contract. And let me tell you, the internet can't stop scratching its collective head. Seriously, did that just happen? Reese, best known as Caitlin Clark's loudest rival and professional sideline crier, has somehow landed a deal with a brand that apparently doesn't care about credibility. Let's not forget her iconic moments bullying Clark, faking injuries to sit out games this season, and contributing very little when she actually did play.
So guys, I am extremely excited to confirm and let you guys know we are officially coming out with the Reebok by Angel signature shoe. We have already kicked off the design process, and I can't wait to share with you guys. It will be for men and women.
And Reebok thought she was the one to lead their comeback bold choice, but incredibly stupid. Who even are her fans? No, really. Who's buying these shoes? Reebok might as well have collaborated with a random TikTok influencer for the same effect. This deal screams desperation, and the baffling part is why Reebok didn't see the glaring red flags Rhea's been waving her entire career.
I want people to know the deals don't just stop in college. When you go to the pros, they continue, and I feel like they've even grown even more. Now that I'm a pro, I can do so much more.
Angel Reese signing with Reebok is an entire spectacle, and not the good kind. Let's not pretend this is a Cinderella story. It's more like watching a brand desperately swipe right on someone who's barely holding on to relevancy. Reebok, the once proud giant, now struggling to find its place in a world dominated by Nike and Adidas, has thrown its chips behind Reese, a player whose hype outpaces her actual contributions on the court. Bold move, sure. Smart move, not even close.
To be introduced to a shoe with performance, expressive, y'all know I'm unapologetic. It looks good, feels good, so that's the most important things, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys.
To be introduced to a shoe with performance, expressive, y'all know I'm unapologetic. It looks good, feels good. So that's the most important things, and I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Reebok dragged out Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson in October 2023 to revive their basketball strategy, and their first big idea was to slap Angel Reese's face on a campaign. Really, this feels less like a strategy and more like a cry for help. Reese's marketability might work on social media, where filters and catchy captions reign supreme, but basketball isn't Instagram. It's about skill, consistency, and leadership things Caitlin Clark has in spades, while Reese is busy playing dress up as the Bayou Barbie. Let's talk numbers, because apparently Reebok didn't. Caitlin Clark, the actual face of women's basketball, is out here signing deals with Nike and Adidas, brands synonymous with elite athletes. Raise, she's promoting Reebok, a company that's basically been on life support in the basketball world. Clark drops jaw-dropping performances game after game, redefining what it means to dominate. Reese, May 7th, 13 points in 19 minutes. Let that sink in. 13 points, and this is who Reebok is banking on to sell shoes bold, if nothing else.
On May 7th, she put up 13 points, 5 boards, and a couple of steals in just 19 minutes.
Speaking of shoes, let's dig into this Reebok Engine, a nonsense, a shoe with a fancy name and a backstory. No one asked for energy return system, nitrogen-infused foam. Sure sounds great in a press release, but good luck convincing anyone this is the next big thing in a market where Nike's technology runs circles around the competition. And let's not even start on the design process. Was Reese really hands-on here, or did Reebok just need someone with a semi-recognizable name to throw in front of the cameras? Angel
by Reebok drops Friday. Reebok by Angel by Reebok, whatever you want to call it, drops Friday. People are so weird.
Now, the marketing geniuses at Reebok think the Engine will be a game changer when it launches in spring 2025, right? Because nothing screams elite athlete like someone whose court performances are as inconsistent as a vending machine eating your dollar. Raise is supposed to sell this shoe to whom the handful of fans who care more about her TikTok dances than her shooting percentage. Good luck with that, and don't even try to spin Reese's off-court ventures as a sign of her success. The Met Gala beats by Dre. Good American, sure, she's cashing checks, but at what cost? Her entire brand feels like a glittery distraction from the fact that she's not delivering where it matters on the court. Caitlin Clark doesn't need to show up at the Met Gala or pose in designer campaigns to prove her worth. Her gameplay speaks louder than any gimmick ever could. Reebok's decision to hitch its wagon to Reese is laughable when you consider the bigger picture. Caitlin Clark is out here breaking records. Redefining women's basketball and signing deals with the biggest names in sports. Reese, meanwhile, is playing second fiddle trying to stay relevant with a brand that's been clinging to nostalgia for decades. It's like watching someone try to sell a flip phone in the age of iPhones. Cute, but completely out of touch. Angel Reese is the perfect example of how a social media persona can be dressed up and sold as something it's clearly not her. Marketability, those Beats by Dre commercials, Good American campaigns, and even her self-branded clothing line might make her bank account sing. But let's be real, does any of this scream elite basketball player know this is the kind of fame built on filters, hashtags, and, well, rehearsed PR moves, not game-winning performances or jaw-dropping skills? Critics haven't missed this glaring fact, and neither should we. Reese's actual impact on the WNBA, let's just say the jury is still very much out.
It's kind of like I'm Hannah Montana, you know, like having two different kinds of things. When you're about your business and know what you want in life and who you are, you make way for what you want.
Clark's stats and skills speak louder than Reese's designer photo ops ever could. Reese might sell jerseys, but that feels more like a win for her social media team than any proof of her actual basketball influence. And let's not kid ourselves, how much of her following is there for her game versus her curated online persona? You do the math. Then there's the authenticity issue. Caitlin Clark doesn't have to try so hard to sell an image. Her gameplay is her image. She steps onto the court, performs like a generational talent, and lets her achievements do all the talking. Nike and Adidas practically lined up to sign Clark, and why wouldn't they? She's the kind of athlete who elevates everything she touches, from her team to the brands she represents. Reese, on the other hand, feels like a marketing experiment. Throw enough glitter at her name, and maybe people will forget. She's yet to really prove herself on the hardwood. And let's not forget Shaquille O'Neal's role in Reese's Reebok deal. Shaq clearly sees something in Reese, or more likely, he sees what Reebok desperately wants to believe she can be. He's talked endlessly about making basketball shoes affordable and accessible, which is commendable, but Reese, does she really embody this mission? Or is she just the convenient face Reebok needed to sell its nostalgia-packed 90s-inspired products? Shaq's stories about giving away shoes resonate because they come from someone who earned his place as a legend. Reese hasn't earned that level of credibility, making the whole partnership feel forced. Reebok's strategy is another head-scratcher, leaning hard on its 90s glory days. The brand is trying to push its new products like the Energy Return System sneakers. The problem, the basketball world has moved on. Nike and Adidas are delivering cutting-edge technology, while Reebok hopes retro vibes will carry the day. Spoiler, it won't. And pairing this outdated approach with Ree, who's already struggling to make her mark, feels like a swing and a miss. Younger fans who know what true innovation looks like aren't going to flock to Reebok just because they stuck Angel Reese in an ad campaign. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's deals with Nike and Adidas show how it's really done. These aren't just endorsements, they're partnerships with the biggest names and sports, designed to highlight the best talent in the game. Clark represents the future of basketball, both in her performance and in the way brands view her as a global ambassador. Reese, in stark contrast, feels like the fallback option a name brands like Reebok cling to because they can't get someone like Clark. At the core of this is the glaring difference between these two players. Caitlin Clark's influence is undeniable. She's not just a face for the WNBA, she's the standard, setting records, inspiring fans, improving her worth every time she hits the court. Reese, she's busy playing catch-up, riding the coattails of her online fame and flashy sponsorships that feel more like distractions than accolades. For all the hype around Reese's social media following and endorsements, her Reebok deal screams second tier. It's hard to take it seriously when it feels like a move born out of Reebok's desperation to stay in the game rather than Reese's actual talent.